So the Invaders from 1960s, classic bit of the 60s paranoid sci-fi TV, starring the great Roy Finnis. Didn't really see much of him after that. Saw him popping up in Murder, She Wrote and a few guest spots, but this is a really good series. It only ran for 2 seasons. I don't really know why, but how popular it was. But it was made by the same people that made the classics, The Fugitive TV series. And although not on the same level, near the same power as that, it's still a really engrossing kind of suspenseful kind of watch. It's got a great score, a great 80s score as well. I don't know who did the score, but it really adds to the kind of feeling of the show, the paranoia it sets into. And Roy Finnis is terrific in the lead. He's a big plus point in this show. Basically, he plays this architect, David Vincent, who sees this UFO landing, and he kind of stumbles across a plot to infiltrate the world from this alien race are planning to come down and invade Earth because their own planet is dying. And it's not a quick fix, like come down and invade and take over immediately. It's a long-term plan. That part of the plot is a little bit kind of ropey. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me because they seem to have the technology and the power to just come down and take over immediately. But they try and take over the main kind of levers of power and influence in the world, politics, science, the military, that kind of thing, and have their own people in there. And I say their own people, they're actually kind of clones of people. They clone the physical form of humans, but they do have defects, telling defects, like a deformed finger that won't go straight or won't stay down, which is a bit of a flaw, design flaw. You think they'd iron that out. Plus, when they're killed, they glow red and they vaporize, which doesn't really help you much in telling which ones are aliens and which ones are not, because it tells you if you shot the wrong person, if you shot a human being, because their body's going to stay there. But they've got other flaws, like they don't have a pulse, I believe, and there's 1 or 2 other things I can't really remember, but they're kind of silly flaws, but kind of obvious. But the main flaw is like when they seem to be on screen, they play this eerie music to kind of make you think, are they really? That was one of the best things about this show, was you were never really sure who David Vincent met, were they really a good person or were they an alien, and that was kind of kept you on your toes, and David Vincent, of course. Basically, he goes around the whole of America, kind of trying to convince everybody that we're going to be invaded or we are being invaded. And not many people believe him because they think he's like a crank, a kook. And the few people he does convince usually end up getting killed at the end of the episode, so he's back to square one. But it's a really atmospheric show. It is a bit repetitive, I have to admit. It's not as well maybe written. The stories aren't as well written and so interesting. Maybe the character's not quite as interesting as well as a classic Fugitive. Maybe that's why they ended it so quickly after only 2 series. But if you like sci-fi, if you like kind of 60s TV, it's an absolute must. It's a really quality show, beautiful to look at with the colour, some good performances, especially by Finnis, who's terrific in the show. So I highly recommend this show if you've never seen it before. Don't be put off by the kind of 60s kind of tag. Yeah, it's cheesy. Of course it's cheesy, but a lot of science fiction is cheesy. But it's got some really good special effects and a great score, and I said Finnis is worth the ticket money alone. He is really terrific in the role. So that's Invaders.